Hi friends. I thought since we were all cooped up inside, I'd give an attempt at showing you how I made a card. This card is made with the Gangs All Meer stamp set. It's a celebration item from Stampin' Up. You can get this for free until March 31st with a qualifying purchase. I also used with this card the Stone 3D embossing folder, and this comes in a bundle, also a celebration item, and I fell in love with the embossing folder and had to have that. I also used the designer series paper called Birthday Bonanza. It's in the mini catalog, which is good until June. The pieces that you'll need to make the card is a card base of Whisper White that's 4 1/4 by 11, scored at 5 1/2. Then a piece of Daffodil Delight that's 5 3/8 by 4 1/8. And I will have all the measurements down below, or at least a link to my blog that will have all the directions. Also, you'll need a piece of the Birthday Bonanza designer series paper. This is 2 3/4 by 3 1/2, and the strip is 5 3/8 by 3/4 inch. I also used the layering circle, the smallest one here that measures 1 3/8 inch in a diameter. The inks that I'm using are Memento ink and also Bermuda Bay. The other items I'm going to use are two of the Stampin' Blends. This one's the light Bermuda Bay and this one's the light Smoky Slate. I also use the classic label punch to make the sentiment on the card. And that's about it. So let's get started. The first thing we want to do is our stamping. I've already cut out from the die cut the 3 circles here. Got extras, I believe. And so I've already loaded up my stamp onto the blocks, my stamps onto the blocks. I don't know why I like these little mirrors so much, but they just make me smile when I see them on a card, so that's why I decided to use it. Okay, we'll use the Memento ink for our mirrors. And then this one is the little lizard. I call him a lizard. We'll put him down toward the bottom of the circle because we're going to put the little hat on it. You do kind of have to practice with the hat a bit because it's a little bit difficult to get it right on top of his head. I got it right on top of his head. Cool. Okay. As long as we have the Memento ink out, I didn't show you the inside of the card, but I used the From All of Us, and then I used the whole gang here. So let's start by stamping that. Okay, so we'll stamp on the inside here. Got the sentiment From All of Us. Then we got the gang here that we're going to just stamp down here in the corner. Okay, so we got all of our inking, stamping done with our Memento ink. The thing I was going to use for the Bermuda Bay was this little hat. I just put some color in here to add some interest to that. Okay, next I think we'll go ahead and stamp the sentiment. So we have our Bermuda Bay ink. And what I did with this, I was only wanting the happy birthday. So what I do is just put a piece of, this is actually removable Scotch tape. I'll just cover up the part that I don't want. Go ahead and stamp it up. Then the important part is to remember to take the tape off, which normally I don't remember. And then just stamp it here. Oops. There we go. Okay. Then, like I said, I use the classic label punch to punch out the sentiment. And you can center it or put it wherever you'd like. There we go. All right, now with the little creatures here, I did a little bit with light smoky slate on the bottom of each of them. On my actual card, I touched a bit of the Bermuda Bay around the outside, and then I was tempted to try using it and putting a little bit more color on it. So let's try that. I think that would be fun to try something different. So first off, I think we'll go ahead and do that, and then we'll do the light smoky slate. What I've discovered from someone I saw on YouTube, they use this brush for blending. I always have so much trouble getting it to, really blend evenly. So I decided to give it a try. So I'm still learning, but what I would do, with just a piece of scratch paper here, I would still do a little off. And we could either just have it at the top so it was more of a, a little bit of a sky look. Oh, let's try that. This brush is just super, super soft. Okay, we're gonna try that. Okay, think that looks okay? Maybe a touch more on this guy. All right. So now we're done with the Bermuda Bay ink. Okay, now for the light smoky slate. And here, like I said, just on the card, I just, just put a little bit of grounding under each of them. I think that looks nice when you can do that. Try not to think about it too much, just put a little on and okay, that look all right? All right, so we've got these done, we've got our stamping done, got the inside stamped. I think we're ready to put the card together. All right, so pretty simple. Just taking the DSP and like I said, oops, I forgot the Daffodil Delight. Off camera, I did go ahead and do the embossing on this, so we will put that on first. When you do emboss, you do want to put a pretty good amount of either runner tape or glue, but since it's a a raised image here, you will find you want to put a little bit more on, especially on the edges. I think I found where the edges kind of want to come up. We'll just center it the best we can. Sometimes better than other times. Okay, that's pretty good. Okay, and then we'll put the designer series paper on. That. Make sure the balloons are facing the right direction. And then just the little strip here. This should fit just right on this Daffodil Delight. Maybe over just a touch. Okay. Next, we do have the sentiment, and our little guys, we're going to use dimensionals on all of these. Okay, I'm using the bigger ones here on each of the circles. And on the sentiment, we'll use the minis, which come in very handy. Here we go. I don't know what it's like in your area of the woods, but here in Iowa, it's super windy outside. Not terribly cold, but pretty windy. Okay, so these I just, let's see, I placed the middle one first so that I make sure I get them somewhat centered. So I'll kind of get him about there, and this little guy we'll put down here. And this one at the top. All right, then we'll put the sentiment on the front here. And you can place this anywhere you'd like. I think I'm going to put it down here this time. There we go, and then the very last thing is put a couple of black rhinestones on here. I'm going to try to use my little putty here, see if I can get it to come off of there. There we go. It is pretty handy actually to have that. I think I got a little too much on the end there. Okay. This time we'll just pick it up with the putty here and put it in place. All right. Well, I think that's everything. I hope that you enjoyed seeing the making of this card, and I hope that things are well with you where you are at and that you stay inside and stay safe. Thank you so much for watching this. Bye.